You can literally go now and get your cup of coffee, and then we can have a coffee together. This is my second one of the day. I do love coffee, but I'm not here to talk about coffee. I'm here to talk about Jesus and our walk with Jesus. When I first came to Jesus, of course, I was in the world and I had a lot of friends that was in the world. I had people that had the same interest than I had in life. So I had people in my life, friends that liked to go out, liked to drink, liked to talk about, boys and girls, and in my case about drugs and drink and everything. So that was our thing in common. But then I came to Jesus, I converted, as everything when we decided to go serious, go deep in something, we need to make some decisions, right? And one of the decisions that I had to make was who would be with me in this new journey. And it was not an easy decision because, like you have the people that you're so used to, and you come for this new journey, this new life, and you don't know anyone. A lot of people are the pioneer in their family when it comes of knowing Jesus. And I was living here in the USA already, and I literally didn't have any Christian friends. I started going to this church, and I clearly saw that in order for me to give my everything to Jesus, I could not give my everything to anything else, to anyone else. And it can sound radical, which it is, but as much as you give your everything, you're gonna receive way more than what you're giving to Him. So on that time, I had to give the friends that I had, the friends that were in the world, and I didn't just stop talking to them and disappear. I just started saying no for activities, for events, for like hangouts that before I would do with them. And I started saying no because as much as I am not doing something wrong, which it's not wrong going out with your worldly friends, it's not wrong, it's not sin, but it definitely does not bring you closer to God. If anything is gonna push you every time a little bit away. I remember one time in this beginning, and I went to church, and one of them went with me. So after I went to have lunch, and I had one glass of wine. That was all I had, and I just felt how much I start like enjoying the jokes, enjoying the environment, and wanted to say things that wouldn't honor God. Just to be part of the environment, I kind of felt like the sorrow inside of me. And I went home and I said, you know what? Not even this small hangout will fit me anymore because I might not be saying anything and I might not be singing or, but I am killing something in my spirit that is good, and I am giving life to something in my flesh that is not good. And that in a few days, in a few months, will become a sin. That is this book. It's not a Christian book actually. It's called Atomic Habits. It's very famous and it's a good book. It's a book that talk about how to change habits. And one thing that is interesting that the book says, one of the first and the biggest change that you need to do when you wanted to change a habit is to change your environment. and start hanging out with people that are already doing the habits that you are trying to achieve or start, and stop hanging out or stop having people that pull you from your goal. So let's say you want to start a diet, you want to start eating healthier, and you have friends that really enjoy junk food and they don't go to healthy restaurants, you know? Um, so every time you hang out with them, you hang out with them like 3 or 4 times a week, and they always are going to restaurants that it's very tempting to you to eat the junk food. Most likely you're gonna at some point eat with them. If this person that is trying to change the eating habits don't find a new group of people to hang out mostly of the week, or they say no to those friends, maybe they resist on the first day at the restaurant, the second day going to a pizza place, but at some point you will end up eating. If it is scientifically proved that the environment that you are will decide the habits that you have, imagine how it is for a new believer that is trying to grow his relationship with God, and it's coming from that place of old habits, that old man, and it's striving to get away with the bad habits, and start a new life with Jesus, and this person does not leave the old friends. I will say that it's impossible. That's my guess, because your body, you are so used to those old habits for I don't know how long. Then you meet Jesus, and suddenly you need to change all your habits, all the things, like renew your mind, all your beliefs. You need to start find refuge in Jesus instead of in friends, instead of in drinking, instead of in guys and or girls. And you still have people around you that have the same habit. It's a matter of time for you to start getting losing with your ways with the Lord, and start going back, like that nostalgic thing, and you know giving up your relationship with the Lord. First Corinthians 15 verse 33 will tell us, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." So this is so interesting because there is another research that proved that we are the average of the 5 people that we most hang out with. So hardly, you're gonna influence the other 4, and that's how it works. And because sometimes we can have that excuse, no, I want to keep hanging out with my friends on the world because I will bring them to Jesus. I will tell you what the Bible says. Do not be misled. Don't be naive, thinking that you are strong enough to be around fire and not be burned. Those are precious advice that if we follow, we will have a growth and so much success in our walk with Jesus. And if we try to fight it, we will be called fool on the Bible. As a new believer, we are like a baby, we are like a baby that needs to be taken care of. And we can't believe in this lie that as a new believer, we're gonna go to our old habits, our old environments, and we'll be able to bring people to Jesus, and still hang out with them. And usually is the opposite. We are here But baby, like a baby naive is still like weak, and we go so vulnerable to those environments that our flesh is so used to. You're gonna get confused. You won't be able to discern what it is from God, what is not from God. You become like an easy prey, for the devil. The most amazing thing is that I remember that time that I start saying no to my friends from the world. I start having so much free time to spend time with God, to spend time with Jesus, to go deep in my relationship with Him. And I believe that time was so precious for me. It was like kind of getting to know people in church, and I wasn't hanging out with my friends, so I kind of didn't have anyone but Jesus. And I gave all my time, my joy, my mornings, my night. I gave everything to Jesus. And that's what I want to tell you. It's not about losing your friends, but it's about gaining a deeper relationship with Jesus, deeper relationship with God. You're making room in your schedule, in your heart, in your dependence, in your needs. You're making room for Jesus come and take over. I love that about our relationship with Jesus. We decide how close and how deeper we want to go with Him. And as much as we give, as much as we renounce things in our life that seems important, that seems that we can't live without it, He fills this place with Himself. So I hope this video really encourage you to take those steps towards Jesus, to give 100% everything to Him, to stop believe that you're strong enough to live a life with your old environment and your new environment, kind of trying to mix everything together. That is gonna make you feel so lost. It's gonna give you the feeling that you're not progressing, you're not growing. This will give you the feeling that you're stuck and you don't know why you can't grow your relationship with God. I'm here if you need to talk. And you can leave a comment here how this video blessed you. And also share the video if you think this video can bless someone else too. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.